we added a sound cue. I haven't used it yet, but I did want to use it right now, and I want to see.
Yes.
One more time.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
No.
One more time.
Yes.
That's Hillary.
That's
Yes.
Hillary.
Wow, that really brought me back to
the clown.
Paris.
What was so funny is we had Zach, and I was like, oh, I want to play that fucking weird clown clip I saw a long time ago. So I found it. And then when it cut to you, I didn't know you when I saw the clip. So when I saw that, I was like, lost my mind. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Now, Hill's a fan of she's a friend of the pod, so we don't want to go too hard on her.
Oh, is she? That's
No.
awesome.
Not at all. No. But I don't know. Maybe she's your clowning friend. I
She
mean, I know
could
you
be.
came up together in the clown world.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but she's definitely a clowning associate. Acquaintance.
What was that show?
It was the most insane. This is why I think we live in a simulation for sure.
Uh-huh.
There was that Scientific American article that came out saying it's a 50-50 chance. And I'm like, it's more like 90-10.
Yeah.
What did that article say? 50-50? That was a calculus?
Yeah. It's
Some guy said, 50-50. Let's publish it.
50-50 chance is a simulation. But I'm like, I get a call from my manager. And by the way, he prefaces it by saying, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And I was like, what is this? And he's like, do you want to go to Paris? And I was like, yeah. And take a clowning class. And I was like, okay. With Hilary and Chelsea Clinton. And I was like, how could you say no to that? Of course. I want to fucking go do this.
Yeah.
And it was just the most surreal thing I've ever done. I took a clown class with Hilary and Chelsea Clinton, and they got up there and they tried their best.
When she
What
put a
were they
popsicle in
doing?
her pussy, how did it go?
Ooh, it's she went beast mode, and
She went beast mode?
Yeah, she didn't flinch. She didn't flinch when she put that popsicle up there. And Chelsea Clinton let me grab her boobs on camera. That's part of the thing, and they kept it in.
Sure.
And the Gutsy show or whatever, I'm grabbing her tits. And moments before, probably I can't say this because I signed an NDA, but she kind of like chewed out the sound guy for reaching up her shirt without asking. And here I am sitting across from her, made a show about consent, which she has seen. And she turns to me and says, can you believe he did that? Can you believe he just did that? And I was like, I probably would have just let him do it. And then she kind of like looked at me like, how am I not backing her up in this? And I was like, fuck, Natalie, just agree with her. Just agree. You're about to do an interview with her.
Yeah.
This is pre-interview. But then still in the interview, I was surprised, like, because I had reached out to grab the tits of the clown teacher. I thought for sure, like, if anybody's going to say yes, it's him.
The clown teacher will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, no, and then she presented herself to me and like,
Yeah.
perked up, and she was like, I will, or you can do me.
Oh my God.
And what a good sport,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this girl, she'd been through the ringer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chelsea
Weird
Clinton.
life. Weird life.
Weird life.
Weird life to be Chelsea Clinton.
Could you imagine you get chosen for that role in the simulation?
No.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
They're like,
want it.
Ghislaine Maxwell's going to be at your wedding.
Yeah. Donald Trump's gonna be at your wedding.
Donald Trump is going to be at your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
What?
They're
Yeah.
all friends.
They're all friends.
They're
They're
doing
all-
private
Of
clown classes
course.
at Mar-a-Lago.
Of
Also,
course.
it's so funny to imagine how, like, when you think of all the world leaders being friends from all the backgrounds and
Yeah.
like, there's a certain evil element to it.
Mhm.
Also, how boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, that party's not fun. There's not like weird drugs at that party.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
it's like a boring party.
I bet they talk about this clown class all the time because it's like one of the craziest things they ever did.
Yeah.
Chelsea goes home and says to Bill, like, oh my God, the sound guy reached his hand on my shirt. And he's like, okay, don't look
Yeah.
up my history.
Yeah.
Um,
Then she let the
that
clown
little
grab her
clown
tits.
girl wouldn't help me.
Yeah.
do you, we're very cynical about politicians on this show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever look back on it and go, did you ever go, oh, should I have done that? Do you ever see Hillary say something on the news and go, oh, fuck, there's a video of me with Hillary. Hillary came to his show, his Broadway show.
Shut the fuck
And there was
up.
he was understudying for Josh. We've shared this on the show.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Congratulations,
Well, it's done
dude.
now, but thank you.
The Hillary
That's
part, not the show.
awesome.
But
That
Russ,
she came.
Yeah,
That is so
she did
cool.
come. Yeah.
and I remember
She comes a lot.
you grabbed Chelsea's tits.
No,
and
no,
there was a
no,
big
no, no,
controversy.
You too,
no,
huh?
no.
Everybody's getting to do that
Chelsea
now.
didn't come. But yeah, no.
He didn't take a picture with her. There
I
was a
didn't take a
picture
picture
thing
with
at the
her. It
end.
was-
Are you
and he got out of the
serious?
picture.
Well,
'cause
well, it was
politically-
during the. It was during. She
The
was like,
emails thing?
no. I don't care. It was
Oh my
during the
God.
2016 election. No, it was like the week she had been on The View talking about why we needed to be bombing Gaza and stuff like
This
that.
is an evergreen thing,
Where-
though.
So
for-
it was like I was like, I don't want to right now. I don't want to be associated with this
Yeah.
person
Yeah,
who's
I
like
get
a
that.
mouthpiece for like what's happening and
or politicians in general. I just think
Yeah.
politicians,
Yeah.
you cannot predict the trajectory of their careers. And
Of course not. Yeah. Can't
Why?
predict the trajectory of anybody.
of course, but politicians
no, that's
have
true.
are-
Yeah. Think of all the comics you have pictures with.
I remember
And then
when
you're like, oh no,
I remember when
Yikes.
TJ Miller, he was doing, he was coming around like the Village Lantern, his old comedy club, and
Yeah.
he'd be taking pictures of everyone. And this was like right in the
Thick
right
of
in
it.
the mix of
Yeah.
you did not want to be in a picture with TJ Miller.
Yeah.
And but with politicians, they make big decisions.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like
That affect everybody. It's different. It's different.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to brace myself to not to
for when
to
Hillary
not-
comes to see you.
when Hillary
your
comes to see
hour.
me.
Yeah.
When Hillary comes to see, she wants to open for me in a fun little thing.
Yeah.
To be like, no, even though it's cool. I sang for George Bush once when I was
Maybe
a
that's
kid.
why my manager was like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But
I also would have I don't think I always would have. It just was there was a certain switch and a certain thing where I was like, right now it felt very icky to me.
I think that's fair. You
yeah.
know what? It was probably ignorant of me, but I didn't think about the political implications of like supporting somebody. I was just like, I need to see this
Also-
woman.
I-
also
at
it's
this time-
it's much different. It's much harder to be like, you're going to Paris, you're gonna be on a show.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger, easier thing for me to be like, I'm not gonna take a photo. You know what I mean? Like it's a much lesser deal.
Listen, I
than,
would have done
like-
it. By the way, I would have done it with a "I'm with her" shirt on, but like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm not judging. I just think it's like in the last couple years. I always think about my step grandfather, but he had a picture of him with like Bill Clinton, and it was like this pride
Yeah.
and joy.
Yeah.
And I look
he
back
had it
and
framed.
I'm like, yeah, he had it framed, and I look back and I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
Why do you need this to mean something to you? What part of your order do you need this guy
Yeah.
to be special
It's
and not
just an
just
evil person
Yeah.
that went
Yeah.
to Epstein's Island.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, if people love it, the
Do
people
you think
like,
when Bill got back from Epstein's Island, Hillary was like, "Did you bring me back anything?"
no, but yeah, I mean,
She was there, right?
She probably went. They probably all went.
She's on the guest list.
I don't think it was always
I don't think she always
chaos
went.
there. It was probably sometimes it was just like
A barbecue.
a barbecue. Yeah,
Yeah.
like nice
Which-
weather.
Who doesn't like a barbecue?
Yeah,
Can you imagine
Great
if your
sides.
manager, you don't have to do this. There's a guy, Jeffrey Epstein, and he
Yeah.
wants to do a clowning workshop.
But honestly, I'd be like, I am going to that. You know what I mean?
if
Like,
I had been invited,
I have to
and I didn't
witness
know,
this.
I would definitely have been there just to be like a private jet to a private island. You know,
Yeah.
if you didn't know all the backstory of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, you can judge. You know, you were saying, I'm not judging. Listen, we are always all judging each other. And I think it's okay to admit that we're judging,
Yeah.
right?
But I literally can't, based on like who I was. I used to have "I'm with her"
Oh,
sticker
okay,
on my
okay.
laptop. I was like, listen, I
Oh,
like
shit.
Bernie, but listen, Hillary, she's a snake,
She's
and
the
she gets
smart
the
one.
job
Oh,
done.
damn.
She's the smart one.
Yeah.
And now I see it. I'm like, what the fuck was I?
Whoa.
What was I thinking?
Damn.
So,
It's all good, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody makes mistakes.
but
Everybody
her
has
saying,
his days.
yeah, and that clip is so funny because it's just on camera.
Yes.
She does not understand what he
Yes.
says.
No, I mean, the whole time, it's like talking to a robot person. Like, after that, I was like, if anybody is a lizard person, it's her.
She talks like she's
yeah.
like it's like a PR version. Like she's always had to talk in a way where she's like representing a certain
Yeah.
thing, and so I imagine conversations are just torturous.
I mean, she's just like learned to do that. Also, she doesn't look you directly in the eye, which I imagine is some sort of tactic or technique for intimidation technique. But can you see how I'm looking at you right now?
Yeah. It's
I'm
awful.
not, and I'm not really looking.
It's
like
torture.
it's like
Yeah.
And she's like, "How?" She said, "Pretty in pink today, Natalie."
Wow, you really switched a thing. Wow. That's scary. Wow.
She's like looking somewhere else. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hi, hello. Even like in clown class, you do a lot of exercises where you walk around the room and you have to make eye contact. And she would never make eye contact. And I just so badly wanted to go. You know?
Like to break the
Make her look at
simulation.
me.
Be like,
Yeah.
You're listening to The Downside
The Downside.
with Gianmarco Soresi.